Okay, so we're going to start today in child's pose, so coming down onto your knees, leaving space in front of you on your mat, sitting on your heels, and then you can bring your knees close together if you want more of a release in your back and more support, or you can have them further apart already to relax into those hips, whatever you choose. Coming forwards, bringing your arms forwards, taking a deep breath, and exhale, arrive on your mat. Staying where you are, feel the connection where your body touches the mat, your hands, your feet, your legs. Feel your breath, where it moves in your chest, in your belly, wherever you can feel it best. And just settle in for a moment into your body, into your space. And then wherever you are, we're going to take your arms to one side, it doesn't matter which, adding a side stretch into your child's pose. Feel your deep, slow breaths as you settle in. And then walk your hands around to the other side. And coming back to center, come up onto your hands and your knees into a tabletop position. So making sure your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're just going to take cat-cow. So inhale, reach your chest forward, tailbone up. Deep exhale, curve it back on up. Scoop up the belly button, press away. Feel your spine. Inhale, reach it forwards. Exhale, curve on up. One last time, inhale. And exhale, curve on up, good. Alright, walk your hands far forwards, taking puppy pose, inhale. Exhale, sink your chest down, tailbone up. Staying here for a few breaths. Every exhale sinking a little bit deeper. And coming back to tabletop, walk your hands back underneath. Alright, we're going to take an extended leg, thread the needle. So extend your left leg out straight, plant your foot down, lift your left arm up, twist, inhale. Exhale, thread this hand through the space between your other hand and your knee, bending the supporting arm, drawing your shoulder blade down. See if you can plant that shoulder blade down. If you can't, just feel the energy drawing the shoulder blade towards the ground. If you can and your weight's there, you can maybe release this top arm, bring it around your back to the top of your back thigh. Feeling the twist in your body, that stretch in your extended leg. And still feel your head drawing away from your hips to create a long line in your spine, not crunching up. Keep the energy flowing. Okay, release and twist, plant the hand. Release all the way to the other side, plant the hand down, bring the leg in, repeat on the other side. So right leg extended, plant the foot, reach on up, inhale, exhale, thread it through. Take a look at what's around you at this angle. Can you see anything differently? Can you observe your environment? Untwist, plant your hand back down, reach back up, plant that hand back down, bring the knee in, and now we're going to tuck the toes. See if you can sit back onto the heels for this toe stretch. If it's too much, release those toes, sit down onto your heels. We're going to clasp the hands together, so high five yourself for doing great work already. Clasp those fingers together and start to roll out your wrists, making figures of 8, circles, whatever it looks like to you with your hands. Coming back to that breath in this moment of being vertical. And then release those hands. We're going to come back into tabletop. Keeping those fingers facing forward. You can untuck your toes or keep them tucked if you want. We're just going to really wrap the upper arms in towards each other, so you're creating that strong arm, and then just rocking backwards and forwards over those wrists, just warming them up and feeling the play of weight in your hands. Good. One more time. Good. Alright, maybe walk the hands a little bit further forwards and step back out into plank. Taking a few breaths here to find that strength even more in the arms and the hands, wrapping those forearms towards each other and scooping up the pelvis. Keep breathing. Alright, bend the knees, shift those hips up, downwards facing dog with bent knees. Trying to plant down those heels, plant down the hands, the fingertips, scooping up the belly towards the sky. Okay, from this down dog, roll back forwards into a plank position. And then we're going to lift off the right leg. Draw the heel far away from you, long line. And then tuck the knee in towards the chest. Exhale, rock it back out. Stretch the leg back out. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, move it out. Or you can play with the breath, exhaling as you draw it in. Inhaling as you reach out. One more time, however you like it. And plant that leg down. Repeat on the other side. Stretch the left heel away. Draw the knee in. Rock it out. Draw it in. Rock it out. 2 more. Rock it out. 1 last time. Rock it out. Plant it down. Walk forwards to a forwards fold. Take the weight out of your hands a little bit. Dropping that head, dropping the back, swaying side to side, releasing the tension. Spreading out those toes. See if you can walk your feet together, your toes touching, your heels can be a little further apart, and then bend your knees, squeeze your legs together, sweep on up, find a chair pose. Arms reaching up. And stretch it up, hands coming to prayer position. Take a breath in mountain pose. Alright, so we're going to find that chair pose one more time. So stretch it forward, bend the knees, sweep the fingertips, come on up. And then we're going to take it twisted. So hands coming to prayer position, like we were just in. And then twist your body. Let's go towards the right side, bringing the top of the left arm onto the right thigh. Try to squeeze those palms together if you're feeling like you can't really manage the twist. Opening out your back. And keeping that long line from head to tailbone, your head reaching away. Okay, coming back through center to the other side. Alright, back to chair pose. Reach up one more time. Exhale, fold on over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs. Plant your hands down, step it back, high plank. Take a vinyasa flow, elbows coming close, chaturanga. Inhale, upwards facing dog, reach up high. Exhale, press, downwards facing dog. Let's do that 2 more times, so rolling forwards, high plank. Lower it down. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog, pause in down dog. And then one last time, plank. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, downwards facing dog, good. Alright, so lift up the left leg. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Plant the foot in between the hands. Drop the back heel down, come on up into warrior one. Arms lifting up, hips square towards the front of your mat. Take one more deep breath, lifting up maybe your head. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Hips to the long edge of the mat, arms reaching long. Let's take those pulses right away, keep building up the heat. Inhale, lift up the front leg, draw the energy in. Exhale, press it out. 3 more, inhale. Exhale, move it out, keep on moving right to the end of the depth and then reach it up. Exhale, press it out when you can't go any deeper. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press it out. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, press. Good. Pausing down in your warrior two, really drawing your belly button up to keep that pelvis long and not sinking back. We'll take reverse warrior, sliding your arm down your long, lengthened leg at the back, reaching up and over. Keep on drawing up that belly button, keeping the spine long. And then we're moving it forward, extended side angle, forearm to the thigh, reaching up and over, or arm towards the ground beside the foot. On the inside or the outside, reaching long. From here, come on up with your body a little bit. Maybe you can bring your forearm to the thigh, turn the back heel out so that the toes lift towards the sky, or just keep them planted down. And then we're going to move down as low as you can onto this front leg till you're in Skandasana. So you can open out into this kind of extended side squat pose. So you can be as high up as you are. Always be where you are. Pressing down, whatever feels better for you. Wherever you are, know that you're in the right place, in the right body. And that this is just to feel and to enjoy and help your body feel better as you are. Alright, press back up, warrior two. Turning back towards the front of the mat, tuck the back toes under, heel lifted into this high lunge. I'm going to take some pulses with the arms, so reaching the body forwards over the leg, reach it up, open the arms behind the back, exhaling, inhaling, sweeping forwards, exhaling, opening out. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, open the back. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, open out towards the back. Now we're taking a twisted lunge, so reaching the left arm back towards the back thigh and reaching up with the opposite hand. Or you can take as you were in twisted chest, so hands in prayer position. Twist around, top of the right forearm onto the thigh of the left. Squeezing those hands together into prayer position. And then you can't really see so well, so take initiative and do whatever feels good for you. Keep spreading out the toes, lifting the belly button. And then whatever position you're in, see if you can step forward into twisted chair. Back leg meeting the front. Come on up to chair pose, adjust your space, and lengthen up mountain pose, good. We'll repeat on the other side. So find your chair pose, reach on up, exhale, fold on over. Inhale, half lift, lengthen out, exhale, drop the hands, step it back, lower it down. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog, good. Lifting up the right leg. Exhale, draw a knee in towards the chest. Plant the foot in between the hands, back heel down, coming up, warrior one. Whew. Take those breaths. Find the stability in the feet, spreading out the toes. Ground yourself down. And then open out the hips, warrior two. Taking those pulses lifted up. Exhale, press the knee out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale. Press it out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, press, reverse warrior, sliding down the long length of the leg. Reach up and over, side stretch. Feel the space in your side body. Feel your body lifting out of your hips and reaching sideways instead of just crunching everything over. And then we'll take extended side angle, forearm to thigh or hand towards the ground, behind or in front. Reaching up and over. And we're going to take that Skandasana. So again, bringing the toes in with the front foot, maybe the toes up with the outward foot, or just a little bit turned out. Hands coming onto the thigh, sinking down as low as you can until maybe you can release the arms. Sinking right down into this side squat. Really breathing into the hips and again spreading out the toes to ground yourself down. Feel your feet on your mat. Let go of any tension. You can work hard within yourself without having to force and hold and cling on and cause yourself pain. Just flow with it, with what your body's telling you. Coming back up, warrior two. And then moving your hips towards the front of your mat, tucking your back toes under, heel lifted, high lunge. Taking those arm pulses, so reaching forward, sweeping up. Exhale, releasing down your back. Again, sweep. Exhale, release. Sweep, two more times. Release, feel that release down your back and your chest. One more time. And release. Good, so twisted lunge. That right arm this time reaching around towards the back left leg, reaching up and over with the other arm. Or again, finding that lower twist, so hands coming to prayer position, twist, and then upper arm onto that thigh. You can see better on this side. Really finding the twist in this space between the hip and the body that are moving together and twisting to open. Really grounding down to those thighs. Maybe they've got a little bit of heat building in them. Feeling that strength. And then wherever you are, seeing if you can step this back leg in to the front, drawing the feet together into twisted chair, head reaching away from the hips. And back to center, chair pose, reach it up. And stand up, exhale, mountain pose. Great. Alright, so we're going to move down more securely to the ground. And we're going to start with crow pose. So first we're going to move into Malasana squat as the first step. So toes facing out, sinking down into your hips towards the ground, reaching forwards towards this squat pose. So if you're comfortable staying here, if this is the pose for you, really feel that, really enjoy it, breathe, feel it fully. Or if you want to come into crow pose, planting your hands, tucking those knees into your armpits or lower down on your forearm above the elbow to the outside of your arms or directly on, and then playing with that weight, moving forwards, lifting up one leg, lifting up the other, tucking the toes in towards you, scooping up that belly button, playing with the weight. Watching out for slippery leggings, slippery arms. Feel free to pause and play a little bit more or rock back out into Malasana. And either you can go into that again, take another little go at crow pose, or we're going to try it twisted. So you will go bending down, it's easier with your legs together into a kind of chair pose, and then scoop the arms to one side so that your knee, when you bend down, coming onto the balls of your feet, is beyond this forearm, and you can rest this thigh onto this one extended forearm. At first it's easier to rest the other arm in the hip joint, but once you're strong enough, try to keep this arm free. So rocking the weight over, and again just playing with the weight. This thigh on the one arm, trying to lift those feet up towards the sky. You can even see if you can lift the top leg up and lengthen it forwards if you're confident. So again, feel free to pause, play a little bit more, coming out, and try it on the other side. So again, the top arm closest to the knees as you twist around, trying to move onto the thigh, and just playing with that weight, seeing if you can lift the legs off. Keeping those legs pressed together, feet together, and coming back on up. Alright, so just kneel down once you're done, and we're going to move into puppy pose again. So reaching the arms forward, really releasing the tension out of that back that we've just built in crow, sinking the chest down, relax. Alright, so walking back to tabletop towards kneeling pose. Really centering our practice around this kneeling pose, the stability, the grounded feeling, centering of it. So maybe you want to kneel back, set on your heels a little bit, take a breath as we move on to the next stage. So coming back up, and see if you can walk. Let's go with the left foot forward in between your hands into a low lunge. So reaching your arms up if that feels good, or keeping them down, stretching into those legs. Make sure your front heel and your ankle is further forward than your knee, and sinking down into those hips. Let's plant the hands down, lift the hips back into this straddle pose, trying to pull the extended leg, the left leg hip back to meet the right. Lengthening the spine over the legs, you can come all the way down. But keep pulling the left leg knee up towards you, not sinking down into the joint. Alright, so follow those hips back. Maybe you can use your hands. See if you can sit down onto that back right heel. And then sit off to the side, see if you can swing that right leg around, planting into the leg, so the sole of the foot into the leg, bending the knee. Reach it up, inhale, bringing those left leg toes towards you. Exhale, lengthen forward from your chest over the leg. Sinking on down. Alright, walk it back up, and then we're going to reach the right arm around to the back, twisting around a little bit. Plant down into the right arm, into the right knee, into the left leg, the heel, the foot. Open out the back. Reach the hips up into this small wild thing pose. Feel the release and then sit back down. Walking the foot flat, knee facing up. Make sure you've got a fist-sized distance between the heel and the leg. Reach on up with your arms, inhale. And exhale, we're not going to bind, we're just going to reach forwards towards the foot. So a really gentle grounding position, opening out those hips, finding the strength in the feet. Okay, and then I want you to see if you can press down. Maybe walk your leg a little bit closer to the other leg so you can plant your hands on either side of the legs. See if you can press down, and with this one foot, lift on up and scoop the front extended leg back, walk back into down dog. Take a vinyasa flow if it feels good for you into plank. Lowering down. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Coming down onto those knees, reaching it forwards, puppy pose. Alright, walk it back, and we're going to move with the other leg. So this time reaching forward with that right leg, planting it far forward, finding your low lunge. Keep on reaching up in your spine, spreading out your toes to feel the ground. And then we're going to plant the hands down, shift the hips back, straddle pose, reaching that right hip back and lengthening over if it feels good for you. Good, alright, so follow those hips all the way back as you sit down onto your heel. And sit off to one side, release that bent left leg, and then tuck the foot, the sole of the foot, into the thigh. Bending the left leg, reach on up, inhale. Exhale, fold it forwards over the right leg. So we'll take that back bend, reaching back with the left hand. Plant down into all corners and then extend up, open out your back, open out your chest. Breathe into your belly. And sit back down. Plant the sole of the left foot. Make sure you've got a fist-sized distance between the foot and the thigh at least. Reach on up. Exhale, folding forwards, reaching towards that extended right leg foot. Again, if you want to bind, if it is what feels right for you right now, you know, do whatever you want, but I would suggest just relaxing, giving yourself a little break, being a bit gentle and grounding today. Alright, so planting the hands down, pressing into that left foot, see if you can lift on up and step back into downwards facing dog. And come on forwards, down onto your knees for a second. Okay, so next part of the sequence would be to go into headstand. If that feels really uncomfortable for you and you really don't want to try it, good for you for listening to yourself. Maybe practice your down dog or anything kind of inverted. You could even try some arm balances, maybe play around with the crow pose again, or the twisted crow even. Or if you wanted to go into a forearm stand, if that's what you prefer to practice right now, give that a go. Or we'll go into headstand, so you can practice with a wall. And what you want to do is make sure you're close enough to the wall. You can measure by sitting down, planting your feet down, feet against the wall, and then measuring where you would go, probably knee distance. So be close, or just kind of assume closeness. And then what you're going to want to do is bring your arms down, bring your hands towards your elbows to measure the distance, to measure your arms are in the right place, in line with your shoulders. Hands forward, clasp your hands together, place the back of your head into your palms, press down, walk up to downwards facing dog. So you can just try this first. Just play around with this. This is an inversion, this is a headstand. Weight into the elbows. Or you can lift up one leg, try and reach for the wall. And then lift up one leg at a time. And see if you can scoop up the belly and join the legs together. Play around like that, or if you're comfortable in the center, try and play around with getting up. And the best way to do it once you're feeling confident is assuming that arm position, hips up towards the sky, scooping in one leg at a time, and then lifting up towards the sky. So wherever you are, giving this a go, feeling all of the tension drain from your feet, pressing into your elbows, weight a little bit out of the head, 80% in the arms, 20% in the head. Lift it up and breathe. When you're ready to come down, either swiping one leg down or tucking the legs, really slowly, really carefully extending the legs, planting down, trying not to jump on your neck, coming up to a kneeling position. So, feel free to pause, practice again, or we're all going to meet in this kneeling position to relax the shoulders from whatever arm balances you might have been doing, or that headstand, so clasping the hands behind the back, open out the chest, inhale, exhale, draw the crown of the head down, arms coming up and over. Really letting go of any judgment that you've made on yourself. It's not necessary. Wherever you are is wherever you are, and you don't need to be anywhere else. Knowing that everything that you might really want will come in time. Just being patient and being really careful with yourself. Alright, come back up. Right, so stepping out into plank. Plant your hands, step it out. And then let's walk the left foot forwards, drawing the knee in, and then in towards the left elbow. Plant the foot on the outside of the left foot, moving into lizard pose. So back knee coming down, hips opening, knee falling over the side of that front foot. Wrapping the forearms towards each other to open out the chest and open out those hips. Maybe sinking down to your elbows if it feels good for you. Shake your head a little bit if it was a lot of tension from the headstand. Deepening breaths as we're almost at the end of the class, just these last few final stretches. Come on up to your hands, plant your right hand down, see if you can bend the back knee, reach back for the back foot, twisting around. Maybe just twisting a little bit, keeping that back leg down. Okay, plant that leg down, plant the hands down. See if you can really plant into those hands and step back into plank. Shuffle to rearrange yourself. And then we're going to do the same on the other leg. So right knee in towards the right elbow. Plant it forward, foot on the outside of the right arm. Coming down into lizard pose. Opening out the knee over the side of the foot. Taking the foot with you as always, keeping the foot in line with that knee. And maybe coming all the way down. Deep breaths. Every time you exhale, let go of something. Tension or even something like judgment on yourself, something you don't need. Come on up into your hands. I'm going to take that twist, so plant down to left hand. Twist it round in the right, maybe just reaching and twisting to the hip or reaching back for that back foot. Adding a little bit more of a quad stretch. Alright, plant it down. Plant the hands down, press, step back to plank. And then we're going to release the hips into a high cobra position. So sinking down those thighs into the ground. Feel the knees and the tops of the feet connected in. Lifting up, releasing that belly with the stretch. Last stretch. And then lift the hips, sit back onto your heels into child's pose. Again, knees can be close or knees can be wide. Very last pose of the practice. Sinking down, taking that final relaxation in the body. Knowing you've made it, you've done it, this is the end. Feeling all that you've done, letting it all go, relaxing down. Alright, coming back up with that body into a kneeling position. So the very last thing we're going to do is just tune on in, sitting down onto your heels or maybe finding a more comfortable position if this isn't good for you. And we're just going to place the backs of the hands on the thighs, spine reaching long, shoulders dropping down, feeling if there's any more space in your upper body that wasn't there before. And closing the eyes, taking a little moment at the end just to tune back into yourself. So feeling if there's any tension in your face, your forehead, your eyes, your mouth, even around your nose, and letting it drop away. Arriving in your body once again. Feeling your breath in your chest, in your belly, in your nose, wherever you feel it. And following that breath as it moves through your body to really tune into how you feel in this moment. Move your awareness down to your legs, to your seat, where it connects into the floor underneath you. Connecting in, grounding down. Arriving in your body and arriving in your space. Take one more deep breath. And exhale, let it go. Alright. Opening your eyes when you're ready. So, my wish for you is you to carry this awareness into your day, into the next day, into your evening. Really enjoy the freedom and space in your body and the grounded feeling that can be yours at any time. So thank you for joining in this practice today, and I hope to see you again next time.